Oh, I love that. So I was looking at the cover for the disc, and yeah, it's supposed to be like professionally done. This is not professionally done, but yeah. Um, so I'll just figure out what this is called again. Right, so this one is called Supernatural and Unexplained. Let's have a look. Yep, Zigzag Media.
Zigzag Multimedia presents
Yeah, no, I'm right. Let's keep going. Really?
The supernatural and the unexplained.
And okay, don't get to click on anything for this one. That's a bit of music though. Okay. Okay, so this is like a storybook one. I guess it's kind of like maybe like Ninja Nanny or something. Let's have a look. About the CD-ROM, ghosts, raw ghosts, flying Dutchman. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, this looks terrible. It just looks like someone put it together with like Microsoft Word and a fucking just rando clip art, I guess. Look here for a message from Zigzag Multimedia. Um, don't take them too seriously. Yeah, righto. Can we get rid of that? Yeah, there we go. Oh shit! Just activated some ghost. Read text or listen to it. Can
Red
we?
text shows that there is an animation to watch. Click on the picture or the text to see the animation.
Oh, okay. Um. Yes, that is a terrible noise. Can we make it stop, please? Okay. So yeah, so there's stuff to read, and there's also hotspots. Okay. Oh, they didn't even like erase. Put some transparency around that. God damn it. That's some terrible Photoshop work. All kinds of ghosts. Oop. 1962 English brothers Derek and Norman Ferguson claimed to have seen lots of ghostly animals while driving their car along a motorway in Scotland. Okay. Can you want to read this out for us? Okay.
In
Oh, there we
1962,
go.
English brothers Derek and Norman Ferguson claimed to have seen lots of ghostly animals while driving their car along a motorway in Scotland.
Yeah. Oh, you're just going to keep playing that? Oh, we have the option to have it
In
read out to us.
1962,
Okay.
English brothers Derek and Norman Ferguson claimed to have seen lots of ghostly animals while driving their car along a motorway in Scotland.
Yeah, righto. Can we skip the page? No, don't do it again. You want to move
In
along?
1962, English brothers Derek and Norman Ferguson claimed to have seen lots of ghostly animals.
Oh,
while
is
driving
it that
their
whole
car
thing
along a
of like
motorway in Scotland.
if you click multiple times on something, it just plays each click. It doesn't like say stop
In
registering clicks
1962,
when you click on it.
English
All right.
brothers Derek and Norman Ferguson
So because
claimed
I
to have
clicked on
seen
this
lots
6
of
times, we're going to
ghostly
get it
animals
6
while
times.
driving their car along a motorway in Scotland.
That's terrible programming for a start. Well, I'm not even clicking on it
In
now. What's going on there?
1962, English brothers Derek and Norman Ferguson claimed to have seen lots of ghostly animals while driving their car along a motorway in Scotland.
Okay, there we go. That's terrible. Alright, yeah, read it out to us.
Royal ghosts. There are many castles and palaces that are haunted by the kings and queens who have lived in them over the centuries. Glamis Castle in Angus is believed to be the most haunted
Oh, it's just
royal
going to read
building
all
in
of it for us.
Scotland.
Alright, that's helpful. Keep reading? Okay, we don't get ones for that one. Yeah, bugger it. Just keep going. Kitty.
Ghosts around the world. There have been hundreds of sightings of ghosts reported from many...
Oh, sorry. Whoops. Hang on, go back. Yeah, I didn't realise it had registered page up and page down. Like page down, this is the mute button for me, so I can vape. Can we go? Yeah, there we go. What is haunting the fireplace? Click on it to find out. Oh, that's terrible. That's horrible. Alright, just read it out to me.
Ghosts around the world. There have been hundreds of sightings of ghosts reported from many countries around the globe. Often these stories reflect the legends and traditions of the country in which the hauntings occur.
Hundreds of sightings all over the world. When was Abraham Lincoln assassinated? I think it was 1862. Wrong. Click on ghosts to find out about them.
In 1974, 30 young people on the Japanese island of Okinawa reported that they had seen a solemn parade of female ghosts
I might actually turn
wearing
this up a
long
little
white
bit.
dresses coming down a mountain there. It has since been discovered that the rock had been used as a burial ground.
Okay. Yep, creepy ghosts. How about South Africa?
In 1978, a South African man claimed to have given a lift to a ghost in the very place where a woman had recently died in a road accident.
I love that too. They're sort of they're trying to present it as fact, but they're like, yeah, don't take it too seriously.
In
Like,
North
we can't
Carolina,
prove any of
USA,
this.
legend has it that the ghost of a railway conductor haunts a railway bridge where his head was accidentally knocked off. A weird ghostly light in the shape of a head moves about, apparently separated from its ghostly body.
Yeah, okay. Right, what do we got next? Oh, it was close. Apparently he was assassinated in 1865.
Abraham Lincoln was one of
Lincoln.
the most influential presidents of the United States of America. He was assassinated in April 1865. It is said that every year during the month of April, the president's funeral train appears. It can be seen traveling along a stretch of track in New York State.
Okay. So what happens if we put in 1865? Yay, we are correct.
One of the best-known English ghosts is that of Dick Turpin, who was famous for robbing travellers. He was a hero of the poor people because he stole from the wealthy. Turpin was hanged in 1739. It is widely believed that his ghost still appears in Hounslow Heath, now known as Heathrow Airport.
Okay, what about this one?
Over 150 years ago, a Danish man was wrongfully hanged for stealing. People say that a shadowy outline of a body hanging from a gallows still appears today, just before the death of a family member.
I love how they're trying. Yeah, they're still trying to get us to take it seriously. Oh, yep, having trouble with my back this morning. Right, read this out. Oh, what's in the binoculars though?
The most famous sighting of the ghostly ship was in 1881 by Prince George, who later became King George V, aboard the ship HMS Inconstant. The first seaman on Inconstant who actually spotted the ghostly ship died the very next day after falling from the rigging.
Okay.
The Flying Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman was a ship which sank in the 1600s off the Cape of Good Hope. Its ghost is said to haunt the oceans and has been seen many times sailing eerily around. The captain of the ship had tried to sail the Dutchman around the Cape when a terrible storm hit them. The ship was unable to go on, but the captain would not turn back, and the ship and its entire crew were lost. Due to the captain's stubbornness, he and his crew are now condemned to sail the oceans forever.
Or they're just dead. So you get extra stuff you click. Oh yeah.
In 1939, the Flying Dutchman was seen offshore by 60 people on a beach in Glencairn in South Africa.
Yeah, alright. No, let's move on. Oh, yeah, read it out for me.
Poltergeists. A poltergeist is a noisy ghost. They have been known to move objects around, start fires, and make things appear and disappear. They are very unpredictable and seem to do the strangest things. In 1960, 11-year-old Virginia Campbell moved with her family from Ireland to England and stayed with relatives whilst her father finished his work in Ireland. In 1960, 11-year-old Virginia Campbell moved with her family from Ireland to England and stayed with relatives whilst her father finished his work in Ireland.
So what has the
Poltergeists started to follow her everywhere, both at home and while she was at school,
Oh no!
moving objects such as her bed and her school desk. A minister was called, and once prayer meetings were held in the house, the poltergeist activity stopped.
Well, that's good. Good to know. Read it out for me.
It is said that when a poltergeist is present, you may be able to hear banging, scratching, and mysterious voices. They can throw things around, smash ornaments, and move heavy furniture. The Boltons were a couple who had just moved into a new house when they started to notice things being moved around. The previous tenants had told them that there were little invisible helpers in the house that cleared things away, but the Boltons had thought that they were joking.
Oh, right. Click on the pictures, they say.
In 1951, a family reported strange happenings in their London home. A policeman was called and found furniture that had been thrown across a room. Strangely, the violent activity stopped instantly once a light was turned on.
Yeah, right. Can we go back? Oh no. Oh no, we're stuck here because I clicked on things 2 or 3 times. Damn it.
London home. A policeman was called and found furniture that had been thrown across a room.
So I found that with Windows 3.1 games. Sometimes you just have to be patient and just, yeah, because of obviously shitty programming. This will probably loop again because I clicked at least 3 times. So we'll just be patient.
Were a couple
there
who
we
had
go.
just moved into a new house when they started.
Was anything exciting happening in the? Oh yeah. You gonna read this out for me? Yes? No? Maybe? No. All right. Doesn't want to read out. We move on. Being patient, not clicking on anything. No, you're just going to freeze up, aren't you? I'll see if I can read this while we're waiting on it. Jenny Bolton had noticed that whilst her and her husband were both at work. Oh no, there we go. All right, fuck it. Oh, John Constantine.
Phantom hitchhikers. There have been countless stories told of drivers who pick up hitchhikers who then vanish into thin air. Most phantom hitchhikers haunt a particular stretch of road, perhaps at the scene of an accident where they died. On the 12th of October 1979, Roy Fulton was driving home in Bedfordshire, England, when he saw a man standing by the side of the road. Mr. Fulton offered him a lift, and the man accepted and got into the car. He then decided to have a cigarette and offered one to the man. But to his utter surprise, the hitchhiker had completely vanished.
Ooh. Click on the pictures to see if they haunted. Oh, here's Donald Trump.
In the American soap Dallas, the character of Jock Ewing had to be scrapped when the actor playing the part died. His ghost was said to visit the set and straighten up the portrait of himself that hung over the fireplace.
Okay, fair enough.
When the McConaughey family
I've never seen Dallas. I know the whole
Virginia,
the Who Shot JR
they
thing,
a
but
portrait of a distant aunt
I know it was
named
Larry
Florence
Hagman
Wright.
as JR.
She had died before the painting could be completed. Over the next few weeks, the family heard ghostly voices, and the painting was gradually transformed into a full-colour portrait. The colours first started to appear on the rose in the background of the painting.
Yeah. Right, more stuff about Dick Turpin, I guess. Ah, there are no ghosts here. Yeah, fair enough. Alright. And read it for me.
Haunted houses. Everyone has heard of haunted houses, and they can be very scary places. It is said that ghosts who haunt houses can walk through walls, and they can make the temperature in the house very cold. This poor family had to be rehoused from their home in England in 1966. They thought their house had been haunted for many years, and one day they simply had had enough of sharing it with the ghosts. Borley Rectory is the most haunted house in England. It was burnt down in 1939, but ghosts are still said to haunt the ruins. 2 headless ghosts and a phantom nun.
Oh, not a
are
nun.
believed
They're
to
the worst
haunt
kind of
there
ghosts. They're creepy as fuck. Alright, click on the house, they say. Okay, there's one. It's a cobweb. Oh, no, that's the creepy nun. Yeah, that's creepy. Yep. Piss balled out of there quickly. Good plan. Right, so go next. More haunted houses.
More haunted houses. Between 1883 and 1943, number 16 Montpelier Road in London was the scene of 20 suicides and 1 murder. The victims had fallen from the top of the tower. In 1944, an investigator visited the house and was almost thrown from the tower himself. A photograph taken shows a ghost in Victorian clothing in an upstairs window.
Ghost there. Click on the spaniel.
The victims had fallen from the top of the tower.
Click on that. Oh yeah, there you go. You gonna read this bit out?
More haunted houses.
No, you're just gonna read the thing out. Okay. Yes, let's figure out how to scare away said ghosts.
Scaring away ghosts. People have invented all kinds of weird ways to ward off ghosts. Good luck charms and complicated rituals are used to scare ghosts away. Some people wear amulets or talismans, good luck charms, around their necks to scare off evil spirits and to bring good fortune. In China, the burning of joss sticks is thought to ward off unwanted spirits. Loud drums are beaten and noisy fireworks are set off at funerals.
Yeah, when they say joss
evil
sticks, they mean incense. That's like the British name for them. I don't know if people still say it. That's one way to scare off a ghost, I suppose. Oh, they're moving the picture. Okay. Yeah, alright. Yeah, there we go. Moving along.
In many parts of the world, it is still the custom to cover all the mirrors in a house until after a funeral. This protects against a spirit stealing the reflection of a living person and taking them off to the spirit world. Inuits never remove someone who has died in an igloo through the front door. It's thought the spirit of the dead person would return if it knew where the front door was.
Oh, okay. Ooh, gonna steal your soul. She's just like, nope. Oh, okay. No, this somehow isn't quite as bad as Ninja Nanny, but it's up there. It's certainly up there. Ooh, little factoid about Melbourne. Okay.
UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Thousands of people have reported seeing strange objects in the sky, and many are convinced that some of these objects are alien spaceships. Are they telling the truth? Is there really life on other planets? Just south of Melbourne, Australia, in 1978, a pilot, Frederick Valentich, got on his radio and informed his control tower that he could see an unidentified flying object in the night sky. He reported that the UFO flew past him at amazing
Hang on,
high
if it's
speeds,
just south of
and
Melbourne,
it
it might
stopped every
be
now and again
around my way.
and hovered over the ground.
It's around the southeast.
There are many different things in our skies that seem strange or can be difficult to explain. Some may be meteors, the aurora borealis, the northern lights, unusual stars or planets, or could some of them really be alien spacecraft?
No idea.
Numerous sightings of aliens and UFOs have been reported in the Broadhaven Triangle in Wales. A luminous ball apparently chased one car for miles. The occupants reached home to find a burnt-out television in their living room and a glowing figure
Yeah, there's a
in
type
the
of,
garden.
lights following you while you're driving. We call them min-min lights. Don't know. I think someone has actually explained what the deal is with them, but anyway.
Alien abductions. Some people not only claim to have seen aliens and their spaceships, but also to have been abducted and taken inside the strange flying saucers. Some people report that they have been abducted just for a few hours or days.
How does this work too? There's
Others
like
claim to
50s,
have gone
60s
missing
style
for
artwork
years.
for like the
first
kids in the
report
news
of an
report,
alien
but they're watching it
abduction
on like a
was
90s
recorded in
TV.
1957 in Argentina. A man named Antonio
Because
Villas
TVs in the
Boas was
60s
at work
obviously
one
didn't
day
have
when he
remotes
saw
or
a strange
VCR
object
players.
overhead in the sky. As it got nearer, Antonio could see that it was some sort of flying saucer. The UFO landed in the farm, and Antonio was taken aboard. He was, however, returned to Earth safely sometime later and lived to tell his
Yes,
story.
returned. Sure he was.
And now the headlines. Earlier today, Mr. and Mrs. Isaac Smith were taken by aliens from their back garden in East Sussex. A friend witnessed the abduction.
Oh, wow. This is awful. Okay. Moving on.
The Marie Celeste. In 1872, the entire crew of the merchant ship the Marie Celeste vanished. The ship was completely undamaged, but no one on board was ever seen again.
Yeah, what's the mystery of the Marie Celeste? Read this out?
Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs set sail from New York in the Marie Celeste with his wife, his daughter, and a 7-man crew. His son stayed at home. They were going to Genoa and had a cargo of crude alcohol. Also sailing from New York was the Dei Gratia, a British ship going to Gibraltar. On December the 5th, after sailing for almost 3 weeks, the crew of the Dei Gratia saw the Marie Celeste. They tried to hail the ship, but no one answered. Once aboard, they could find no one. The ship had been completely abandoned.
He needs the watch from what's his face, Return of the Obra Dinn. That's the only thing I think of when they mention that. Oh yeah, the old Bermuda Triangle. Remember, this was
The
a weird
Bermuda
phenomenon.
Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is a triangular area of sea off the eastern coast of the USA. Over the years, many ships and aeroplanes have vanished there without a trace of wreckage. Some reappear at a later date. Others are lost forever.
Okay, click on the pictures to find out more. Okay.
In 1880, a ship called HMS Atlanta disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle together with 290 crew members. In 1971, the ship USS Richard E. Byrd was lost in the Triangle for 10 days with no communications. In 1918, the USS Cyclops disappeared in the Triangle. It was a 19,000-ton, 180-meter ship and had 300 crew aboard. Many planes have been lost over the Bermuda Triangle, including the British plane Star Tiger, which was lost in January 1948 with 6 crew and 25 passengers. A year later, in January 1949, her sister plane, the Star Ariel, was also
Yeah, it
lost
used
in
to
the
be
triangle
planes
with
and
6
stuff as
crew
well that
and
got
12
lost, wasn't it?
passengers aboard.
I've actually got a Windows 3.1 game there called Bermuda Syndrome, which, yeah, sort of relates to this. We might play it a little bit later, maybe after this. A witchcraft, not the witches.
Witchcraft. The word witchcraft comes from 2 Old English words, wita and criaft. It means craft of the wise, but most people were wary of witches because they could not understand their powers.
Yeah, like this is just interpretive dance to
During
me, basically.
1692, in Salem, Massachusetts, USA, a group of children accused 200 residents of the town of being witches. The witches were brought to trial, and 20 were executed. It was later agreed that it had been a terrible mistake.
Yeah, it usually is when you do shit like that.
Witchcraft was against the law in many countries for a very long time. In the 1300s in England, the Christian Church formed a group called the Inquisition to find people who disagreed with the Church, including witches.
And that's basically what it was. It was Christianity trying to wipe out other religions.
Traditional doctors in Africa used to be referred to as witch doctors. These doctors are expert herbalists, and they sometimes call upon spirit powers to help cure their patients. At the time of the winter solstice in December, witches perform the Dance of the Wheel, a special ceremony to coax back the sun. They dance and leap around a boiling cauldron to represent the spring.
Oh, that's what you do. Okay.
Fortune telling. Many people believe that fortune tellers can look into the future. Some of them look at cards or tea leaves. Others look to the stars to see what lies ahead. I Ching is an ancient Chinese book of knowledge which is believed to have
Yeah,
the
we
answer
covered that a
to
bit
everything.
when we played Martial Arts Explorer.
Hello, my name is Rosa. Click on any of the cards on the table and I will tell you your fortune.
Yeah, right. Let's do it. Travel may be in the air this week. What about this one? Someone close to you needs your help this week, so be ready to lend a hand. No, fuck that. Been enjoying my time off. Right. Dominoes, huh?
The Chinese invented dominoes as a method of predicting the future. The dominoes are put in a pouch, shaken, and removed. Fortunes are read according to the position in which the dominoes are laid out.
Ugh, sorry, I was trying not to yawn.
No 2 hands are the same. Palmists read people's hands to predict how long they will live, what sort of life they can expect, and even how many children they will have. Palmists are very popular in England and America, and some people swear by what a palmist will tell them.
Let's see a tall, dark, handsome stranger in your future. Okay. Oh, Zodiac.
The Zodiac.
Alright.
The zodiac is actually a zone of fixed stars in the sky which are grouped into constellations. They supposedly set out the courses of the sun, the moon, and the planets, and give information to astrologers who study them. Astrology places people into 12 different groups which correspond with their birth dates. Maps of the stars and planets are consulted to forecast what the future holds for them. Some people read their horoscope to predict what will happen during a day.
Oh, there we
or
go.
month.
There's some lumbar support. That's what I needed. Right, let's have a look at the stars, shall
Pisces, Libra, Cancer.
Oh, you don't want to run through all of them? Okay. Yep. Yay. Alright, we know what our zodiac signs are. We just saw this face earlier.
Second sight. Many people claim to have second sight and believe that they can see or sense things that are about to happen. They are sometimes called psychics.
Yeah, righto. Oh, whoops. We skipped some of this exciting stuff. Yeah. Oh, we actually have to wait for this one to finish before going on to the page we skipped. Okay.
Second sight. Many people claim to have second sight and believe that they can see or sense things that are about to happen.
Yeah, it still
They are
can't get
sometimes
bloody
called
comfortable.
psychics.
That shoulder was killing me this morning. Here we go.
Second sight. Many
Yeah,
people claim to
shoulder's
have
still
second
killing me.
sight and believe that they can see or sense things that are about to happen. They are sometimes called psychics. Two of the most famous psychics of this century were Dutch, Gerald Croiset and Peter Herkos. They helped the Dutch police on occasions to find clues to crimes or missing people. One of Gerald Croiset's most successful cases was helping the American police in finding a missing girl in 1961.
We're a little bit too
Peter
late.
Herkos had an accident when he was 30, and after being unconscious for 4 days, he claimed to have developed psychic powers.
You're right. Any more about psychics?
Jean Dixon was an American who claimed to have the powers of second sight. She was praying in a cathedral in 1962 when she had a premonition that the assassination of the president would happen. 11 years later, she told friends that the day had come, and President John F. Kennedy was shot dead that afternoon. She also claims to have had second
Kennedy
sight
was assassinated
concerning the
in
assassination
63.
of Robert Kennedy. She predicted that he would be killed in the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles. A week after she had said this, Robert Kennedy was indeed shot in that very hotel.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, no, I'll wait for this bit to be read out, and I'll tell you about it. Oh, we gotta get it read for us, that's right.
Some people might say that author Morgan Robertson was a psychic. In 1898, he wrote a book about a ship called the Titan. The Titan was an enormous ocean liner which hit an iceberg and sank.
Yeah, no, they covered this story in Stranger Than Fiction, the show with Jonathan Frakes from Star Trek.
In 1925, a famous palmist
That's what
predicted
this
that
thing
Edward,
needs.
Prince
We
of
need more
Wales,
Jonathan
would be
Frakes,
forced to
I think.
abdicate soon after he became king. Amazingly, 11
Telling
years
us we're
later,
wrong for
this
42
premonition
seconds.
became fact. Edward VIII was king of the United Kingdom between January and December 1939. But he abdicated his throne after he fell in love with an American, Mrs.
But that was
Ernest
apparently
Simpson,
the story. Someone had
commoner
written
who
a
had been
book
divorced twice.
as like a short story thing to put into a paper, and they disregarded it, said, oh, it's complete fiction, it's not happened. They then found out about the ship crash, and then they're like, oh, it happened, let's just make it news. That's pretty much how it went down. Oh, you don't want to read this one for
Amazing
us? Oh, there we go.
powers. Some people believe that they are gifted with amazing powers, enabling them to make things rise above the ground or make objects change shape.
And you going to read this one out for us?
Amazing powers.
No. I got to click on
Some
the
people believe that
fingers.
they are
Okay.
gifted with amazing powers, enabling them to make things rise above the ground or make objects change shape.
You don't want to read this out?
Astral projection
Oh, you read it if
is
you
when a
click on
person
it.
feels
Okay.
that their spirit rises out of their actual body for a while. It is
No, I
called
just
an
want to hear about
out-of-body
psychic photography
experience.
because that's what
People who claim to have felt this
Joseph
say that they
Joestar
can
does
watch
in part
themselves
3.
doing things as though they were another person entirely.
Well, what? Okay.
Psychic photography is the ability to take photographs of thoughts. Ted Serwa from Chicago,
So I don't take
USA,
selfies, just
believed
boobs
that
keep
when
coming
he took a
up.
photograph of his face, an image of
Boobs
his
and
thoughts
butts.
would appear in the film. Experts are finding it hard to explain the strange pictures created by this type of photography.
Right, more amazing powers.
More amazing powers. Psychokinesis is the ability to affect objects by using your mind. Uri Geller from Israel is famous for being able to do just this. Geller claims to have received his special powers for psychokinesis when he was just 3, and has been astounding the world ever since. He claims to be able to bend metal objects, such as cutlery, and to be able to draw images which are hidden from him, and he even claims to have been responsible for stopping a cable car in mid-air.
Yeah, let's see how that went down. But yeah, I believe Uri Keller's still kicking around, as far as I know. Oh, not the Yeti.
Strange and bizarre.
That's a sexy
For hundreds
pose.
of years, sightings of strange creatures, mysterious monsters, and bizarre landmarks have been reported all over the world. Even today, experts are unable to find scientific explanations for many of these mysteries. The Yeti, or abominable snowman, is an ape-like creature which is supposed to live in the Himalayan mountains. The first reported sighting of a Yeti was back in 1889, and there have been numerous sightings since then. They are said to be tall, covered in hair, and have footprints which are reported to be 15 to 30 centimetres in length.
Okay, that's pretty lazy, actually.
There have been many reports of sightings, and photographs and films have been taken of the animals, but as yet there has been no factual evidence that Bigfoot is real.
Yeah, can imagine. The Loch Ness monster. Okay.
The Loch Ness Monster. About 10,000 years ago, an Ice Age glacier carved an enormous hole in the Highlands of Scotland. When the ice melted, it filled the hole with water and is known today as Loch Ness. The loch is believed to be inhabited by a mysterious creature, the Loch Ness Monster.
Huh? I doesn't want to read this out for us. Yeah, I can't be bothered reading all this shit. I'm busy with streaming games today. I'm probably going to be forced to because it's taken ages to load. Gonna move along? Okay. Although she is called a monster, the people of Scotland believe that Nessie is a very shy and harmless creature. It is actually thought that there are over 20 of these animals in the loch. She rarely comes to the surface of the lake, but many people claim to have seen her, and some have even taken photographs. Oh, we can colour in our own alien. Yeah, sure. Woo, spooky. Do some creepy legs. And some arms. And a torso. That's terrible. God, this is just really badly put together. Oh, there's a crossword. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing this. Moving along. Oh, that was it. Okay. And yeah, warranties, appendix. Oh, just a guide. Oh, okay. Well, that was terrible. That was legit terrible. Cannot believe we sat down and played through this. But this is, yeah, it is potluck for the Windows stuff. Because, yeah, we haven't played a lot of this stuff before. Oh, this is... The help section is somehow longer than the actual book. That's a little sad. Oh, wow. Wow. It's even got shit in there to change your auto exec bat and bloody config files and the like. Alright, well, no, we don't need to save. We're fine. We'll just leave that for now.